what I'm saying?
Which is why he also always
And
be
it's
on
like,
drugs because
fuck!
he also always be on drugs because he has social anxiety. But then you find out he was a COVID kid that never went outside and talked to people and touched grass. And
Right.
They're just disassociated from society.
They completely absolve him because he's neurodivergent. He's on the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
He da-da-da.
He can only communicate when he's high. He can only do this and that. And
What the so am I, bitch, and I'm high functioning as shit.
You what?
I had to learn. I had to eat shit. I had to get bullied. I had to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
Like real life. Like, what are we talking about? I had to build skills.
That's why there's such a huge increase in mental health these days. Yeah.
Because everything is a mental health thing.
It's never just I fucked up thing.
Right. People will have kids and because the kid is just doing stuff, put that nigga on drugs.
Yeah, like that girl that was on SSRIs since she was
11.
11 years old. So now that she does
now her brain doesn't understand how to function off of it.
Off of it, yeah.
Her base mode of operation was on SSRIs since she was 11. Who the fuck is giving their kids drugs at 11?
They're experiment.
That's
like we said, bro.
Bro.
They're the experiment. They're the experiment. But I digress.
Type shit, Elvira. My mom used to just beat my ass, bro. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm a fine functioning adult. Type shit.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Hell yeah.
Everything. Everything needs to be identified. Everything needs a word. And remember I told you about words. Yes, you can make up any word you want. But remember, from its inception, the idea of a word is that it exists in truth. Mm-hmm. So when you create a word, know that it takes energy for that word to exist in truth. So if you say something is something, it requires energy. And if it's not what you say it is,
it's a lie.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
All right.
Yeah, people don't know we don't record. We don't record on Monday, so everyone's blowing us up today. That's what people don't understand. You can make up any word to describe whatever condition or blah, blah, blah. But I know what reality is, and I know words exist in truth. So if you're telling me what this word is and it doesn't match up with the lived experience, the lived reality, the actual functions that follow the laws of logic and physics and science and biology, you're lying.
Yeah, I feel it.
Type shit, Elvira, wombology. They
the
should
meaning of wombology.
Yeah, they should. No, seriously.
You wombo, I wombo,
Right.
we all wombo.
That should be the new definition for words that are real things but don't exist in truth. That are real, like, descriptions that have real definitions but don't exist in truth. Wombology. You have tautology, something that refers to itself as evidence, and then you have wombology. A word that has definition but does not exist in truth. You can make up any word you want and then give it a definition, but you need to show me that definition in reality. No matter what it takes. That's why when you speak of magic spells, right? To cast a spell, it takes mana or chakra, right? It takes energy. So if I say I am, declaring,
Therefore,
I am.
I must be.
I am, so I must be. So I am a plumber. All those words must exist in truth.
So I
If
must
they don't,
become.
Right. I must, right?
Yep.
Use energy to become that word.
And if I don't.
And if I don't, I'm a liar. That's as simple as I can say.
Yep.
Words exist in truth. You can't just say whatever the fuck you want and I'm just going to believe it. The power of the tongue. Exactly. That's why they always say when you lie, you curse yourself.
Yep.
You curse yourself. Because words require energy. They carry weight. They carry power. They can make people do things.
All right.
You know? Let's continue.
Yep. If you guys can't see us on Twitch, we are also on
They
Facebook.
continue.
Same
They
name.
continue. Let's continue to study this
Goblin.
Freakazoid, bro. What the fuck? A waste of DNA.
That's a crazy boom.
Waste of creation.
Of the mother's house that I live in. This is gonna be so crazy. Like the comments, again, Chad does what Chad wants. He was set up. A fair one, Mossad trying to normalize CP now. Yeah, through all the positivity that he's getting, basically people have started to now theorize that this is a Mossad agency trying to basically make this normal. But if I could, I'm gonna break down the text messages that he sent in a Telegram group to buy the CCM material. He says hi, and then the individual he is texting on Telegram says CP teens, all group links available. He says, which package are you interested with and what's your budget? He said CP, so he very clearly knows what he's buying. And then he said $25 max. So $25 max, that's all he can do for CCM material, guys. The individual then says, okay, I get a quality CP mega link, large good files for $2,500. Hull then says, okay, cool. How would you like payment? The individual then says, Razer Gold gift card or Chime good. And Hull basically says, I haven't used either. You have Cash App, Bitcoin, or Venmo, or PayPal. So actually having zero awareness of paper trails in light of buying the most illegal material that you can online, but hey. And then one of his friends who Goob actually made a video about, then later exposing, is a ex-defense attorney, and basically made a post saying, as a former defense lawyer and someone who has faced allegations before, I know the importance of waiting.
Me off the fact that in every single one they're mogging. That shit pisses me the fuck off.
Like they're just clenching their jaw.
Just jaw clenching.
Is that what you do all day?
Fucking picture, dog.
Bro.
Hear
Jeff,
both
you gotta
sides.
start doing
I would
that, Jeff.
agree.
You gotta start
Except
doing
the
that.
problem here is that Hull already committed to basically exposing himself. When confronted by multiple predator hunters, he basically already said that he was, one, doing the deed to the content, and then two, that he did indeed purchase the content and it was on his phone. But this individual, Jeff Mack, continues to say, stop judging as if you
feel
know
me?
someone's
Like,
life.
What? This got a crime syndicate, bro. Said Elvira said he has friends and they knew he was doing this. Yeah, he got a crime syndicate, bro. Because they all involved, bro.
That's nasty.
That's spooky,
That's nasty,
man.
bro.
Ugh.
I agree, Elvira. That's disgusting, bro. Don't let me catch one, bro. That's kind of what, that's why it was a little bit difficult for me to work in the San Carlos Boulevard store, because there's nothing but pedophiles across the street.
There was.
Yep.
There was.
Literally 87, I believe.
What do you mean I worked with a pedophile?
And you didn't know.
And I didn't know until. Here's the thing. Something gave it away. My red flag went up when he told me a story that removed all the accountability from him. And it was just weird because I could tell he changed some things, but then here's the thing. I think he told me because he knew he was going to get caught. I think a couple weeks later.
So it was just kind of revealing.
He was just kind of
was like trying to leave you with a secret.
getting it off his chest.
Or were you his mentor?
But the way he said it to me, he didn't tell me about the age of the person or anything like that. He just said there was this neighborhood girl. And I'm like, what?
And you were at the college store at the
I was
time,
at the
so you
college
assumed
store
18.
at the time. Right. And I'm thinking, okay, she probably 18 type. And then coming to find out, he was supposed to show up for the mid shift, and I was the closing shift. And they called me in early, and I'm like, where the fuck is bro? They're like, yeah, he got arrested. I'm like, for what? I guess he even changed his name too, because I knew him.
Yeah, I remember you said that.
I knew him by a different name than what he had the warrant out. He had a warrant out in Virginia or something like that, and he essentially ran away to Florida, living in a small little rental, and just worked in the seafood department. And I guess he had a clean bill of record because he got hired. Some shit like that.
Well, remember, they didn't really do background
checks.
Yeah, they didn't really do background checks with Publix back in the early 2015, 2010s. So anybody can get a job.
They had a lot of predators.
What did Elvira and Robert say?
Elvira says, show me 3 of your friends and I and you'll know what type of person you are.